Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back. And if you're new, hi, I'm Michele. So, really looking forward to this reading. There's a lot of shifting. So, for this reading, we're going to be looking at July, the energy of July, and what is coming up for you. We're going to look at specific areas in your life and any messages that Spirit, your higher self, has for you to align to the energies of July and to see also what is coming up for you on your path as a focus and guidance, and give you a bit of a heads up. As always, timestamps are in the description box, as well as the cards I use and ways to connect with me further if you would like a reading or to connect more with me on the soul path through Patreon, and also my weekly podcast that I do every Wednesday at 12 p.m. Pacific time on Podbean. I stream live on Podbean, and then the replays are on all podcast outlets as well as YouTube. And I do answer questions there. I do mini reads, tune in and answer astrology questions, give numerology readings, dream interpretation, a lot of stuff. So if you want to connect further, that's another way to do that as well. So I will be doing just also an overview of the energies for July. You can skip ahead to that, to the individual readings if you would like to. Okay, so soul story number 1 is Capricorn Achieve. And you have Zoistite as your crystal ally. Soul story number 2, if you're drawn to this, second house, resources. And you know the drill. As always, you're a sovereign being, guided by your own higher self. Choose the cards or crystals that most connect with you. And soul story number 2, your crystal ally is Sunstone. Now, these may be energies that you're working with the whole month, or they just may represent this reading. You decide. Some people like to go by cards. Some people like to go by crystals. Okay, soul story number 3, 9th house exploration. And you have the Lapis. So again, soul story number 1, number 2, number 3. Connect in, see if the cards or crystals that call you. Always trust your intuition. When I do pick a cards, I really use it to kind of trust my own inner knowing and guidance and reinforce that. All right, we'll get into the energetic overview and then the individual soul stories. Soul story number 1, number 2, number 3. I'll see you in your reading, Radiant Soul Light. Radiant Light, take this time for yourself to attune to the frequency of your soul and through your higher self, the expanded dimensional aspect of your being. Connect into your soul. In your own pace, pattern, rhythm, and flow, take a deeper breath in. Pause at the top of the breath, and as you breathe out, feel yourself anchoring and centering inside. In your own pace, pattern, rhythm, and flow, take a deeper breath in. Pause at the top of the breath, and as you breathe out, feel the anchoring, healing light of Spirit within. Each in-breath you're attuning into the soul's signature frequency, and each out-breath you are aligning through the dimensional aspect of your higher self to your soul. You are now more easily and effortlessly connecting into the dimensional frequency of your soul, releasing, relaxing into the higher self. You now begin to feel more calm, comfortable, and guided inside. Now, when you're ready, take a deeper breath in your own pace, pattern, and flow. Pause as you go deeper inside, and in your own pace, pattern, rhythm, and flow, breathe all the way out, feeling the healing light energies of Spirit within you. nurturing your soul, connecting you body, mind, spirit. Now release the breath. Let your breath go to its own natural rhythm and feel your own rhythm, your own internal timing, knowing that you are guided through your soul. As you align more to your own internal timing, rhythm, and flow, you are guided to the most life-enhancing soul experience and soul expression. Feel the energy of the higher dimensional aspect of you. Feel yourself guided, directed. As you make your choices, feel guided and directed, peaceful and calm inside. Radiant Soul. So this is a general overview. In July, we are in a 52-7 cycle. For the year, we're in a 45-9 numerology cycle. And this is just a general overview of the energetic patterning. You can skip this and get to the individual soul stories. The timestamps are in the description box if you want to just jump ahead to the pick a card. And it's interesting because I was getting an overview message from the guides that this month was a lot about spiritual discernment, discerning what you want to do, where you want to be, what's right for you. But there is this really coming together, and I pulled this card for July: connections, build bridges between people, contact those who can help you. Your actions set you up for the next opportunity. So I work with a lot of people that are bridgers and builders of the new economy, the new paradigm, the new earth. I work with a lot of people on that level. So I really feel like we're starting to gain this kind of, not just a momentum that's coming in, but a lot of direction. So you're probably feeling a soul call more, or you might be wanting to wrap up certain things so you can get to the next thing, or what you really want to do, or what you really want to learn, or what you want to connect in more with your gifts. So this is a connecting time, and it's time to ask yourself, are you a builder and a bridger? Are you bridging and building? And oh, it's interesting, I just now noticed that this is a bridge. Yeah, build bridges. So it's bridges to the new way of being, it's bridges to the new economy, it's bridges to the creator economy, it's bridging to more soul fulfillment, soul alignment. It's bridging to a new way of living and being. And so we really are bridging the old and the new. This month, also expect a lot to be about your spirit, your spiritual nature, being really guided. This month is a really good time to do extra meditation, spend time in nature, do any kind of transpersonal, transcendent inner work, healing work, shamanic inner work, interplane work, akashic, connecting, work with your dreams, really connect into the spirit realm and your spiritual nature. This month, the overview is the Chariot, number 7. So, but you also have that energy of the 5 and the 2, the Hierophant and the High Priestess. So this month brings some changes. Expect new people coming in your life, or people from your past. And that's showing in the numerology energy cycle, but it's also showing that we have a retrograde this month. So there's a lot more focus on relationships right now. And that's going to continue. But this month you're really going to see, hey, do I have the right people around me? Or who do I want around me? Or do I need more people around me? Do I want more support? Or do I want to, go out more, spend more time with people, friends or family? So there's this idea of kind of stretching out and making contact. So there's going to be a lot of openings for a lot of people this month as well. But it's also time to go within, connect more to your higher self, reinforce that connection. It's about attuning to your soul signature frequency, connecting into your higher self, to connect into your soul. And so really understanding that there's an ego part of you, but there is a part of you that is really independent of that and all-knowing, and that is guiding and directing you. I also feel like this month for a lot of people could be really good financially, especially if you're doing anything with spiritually based, or you've been kind of going with the flow, or you've been really putting a lot of effort into something in your life. You're going to see some kind of payoff. You're also going to see where not to put your energy. You're going to see where to put your energy, but also where not to put your energy. At 52.7 is a really kind of go with the flow, go with what's going on. It's not big departures. Even if new influences or people come in your life, it could kind of upset things a little bit. It could bring a little bit of a disruption. You could have plans laid out, and then all of a sudden somebody comes to visit you, or you meet someone new, or you start dating someone, or you go to the next level with someone, or friends and family visit, or you go visiting. There's going to be a lot to do with travel, visiting, and connecting more intimately and more authentically, like kind of more intimacy this month, kind of bearing your soul, opening up your heart, energy. All the while kind of seeing the spiritual nature in yourself, people, situation, and even things, how all comes from the divine. All right, let's get into the individual readings. That is the overview. I wish you a magnificent, inspired, healing, expanding, heart-connecting month. Hello, beautiful soul. Welcome. This is soul story number 1. Wishing you a wonderful July. I do feel like you are going to have some fun. You might have to pull yourself away from work a little bit. Things are going to be picking up. You have the Zoistite here. You have Achieve, number 10. So there is going to be a lot to do about finance, going to your next level. This is, and it's interesting because on a numerology level, the cycle we're in is a 52.7. That 7 energy is the Chariot. So you could also be doing some kind of collaboration with someone, or there could be people asking you, hey, come join me here, come join me there, let's do this podcast, or I want to interview you, or have you ever thought of doing XYZ? I think you'd be great at it, or let me help you. The Zoistite is bringing, again, some kind of cleansing and clearing, you're getting clearer about something, but the clarity is also bringing in a focus of where do I want to focus. That's going to be a lot of your focus. Where do I want to focus? Where is it the more bang for my buck? Where is there more fulfillment? Where is there more financial reward? Where is there more opportunity? Where do I feel better? Where do I feel more health? Where do I feel more wellness? Where do I feel better? Where can I accomplish what I want to accomplish? How can I accomplish what I want to accomplish? So achievement, accomplish is really coming up for you. It's showing stay on track. You got 10 of Swords. Oh, wow, you've got 2. Everything is fine. That's interesting. I didn't even know. I've never gotten these 2 cards in the deck. Wow. Okay, let's look at that. That's pretty amazing. 10 of Swords and everything is fine. I don't even know if that's a mistake, but wow. Okay, let's see. Queen of Wands. Okay, recent letdown. Yeah, I thought so. Look at the cards are proving it. Collaboration. Yeah, you've and then you do have, let's put this out here, because you do have the Devil. This month is about work. You may even put off a vacation or cut a vacation short. There we go. Okay, let's put this way. Let's read the cards. The energy of the cards. What are they wanting to say to you? Radiant soul light. Everything is fine. I think you just recently went through something where everything was not fine. You had to let go of something. And again, look at 9 of Swords to the 10 of Swords. What are you letting go of? So this month is like, okay, don't stop what you're doing, but don't over obsess. Whatever you're working on, whatever you're focused on, even if others are saying, oh, you work too hard, or you work too much, or just let's do this. You got to get the job done this month. You've got to follow through. You've got to trust your own inner knowing. Have faith in what you're doing. Have a belief in what you're doing. For some of you, this is some kind of project, some kind of plan that you're putting in motion. But I almost feel like you're kind of reached a bottom. I just heard bottom of the barrel. You've gotten to the bottom of something, but some of you, it's the bottom of the barrel, whether savings or ideas. It's like, you know, you have to pivot. You know, you have to turn things around. You know, it's like, some of you are like, I'm getting a handle on this. I know what I need to do now. I know what I want to do, and I'm going to work on it. So there's this determination coming up, this strength. But it's come at a cost. I mean, this hasn't been easy for you. This has not been easy. But what I'm getting here is that the challenge is going to be easier because you're moving, with the Queen of Wands and the Devil, you're moving more into creative solutions. I can make this, I can create this, I can go here. Oh, you're going to find out, oh, this is a better schedule for me, or this is a better routine. I'm better working late at night, or I'm better working early morning. So there is definitely going to be something in July changing about your routine also. And I'm hearing there could be a little bit of stress of things not quite aligning up, or there's been some kind of dip in your energy, dip in finance, dip in health, you had a momentum come in. Now, some of you, this momentum is energy where things are starting to clear. You're getting a lot more clarity this month about what it is that you're meant to do or want to do. Whatever you're focused on, whatever you're wanting to, I just heard the message, not wanting to achieve, but whatever you are achieving. So you're in the process of this achievement, of this accomplishment. And Spirit is saying, but it does have ups and downs. It does have peaks and valleys, but you're to hold to your course. There might be a pivot, or you might think you have to pivot, but not quite yet. Makes me think of that you keep working on what you're doing, and there is progress. So you are going to see some kind of progress in July. I'm probably saying more mid to end of the month, maybe the 20s. The beginning of the month might be pick up, and then it seems to dip. But I'm also hearing you have some kind of idea, some kind of plan. What this is also giving you is a new level of confidence in your life. It's giving you a new level of confidence on what you want. You're going to be in July either initiating something or launching something. You're going to put something definitely on your calendar as being a priority, as being important. And what's going to help you is, where can you lighten up? In other words, with these responsibilities, with these perhaps burdens, with what these goals, with what you want to achieve, you're going to have to find ways to lighten it up, or find the fun in something. Or if you have to do something that's a lot of drudgery, how can you do it in a way that's much more fun for you? Okay, that feels better for you, or that brings in some fun. So you're going to have to be learning to manage, which is the Devil, is to manage your own energy. And that's also with the Empress. It's like knowing yourself, knowing your cycle, knowing your energy pattern, your own rhythm, your routine. So there is a lot about renewal, and this could be renewal of some type of relationship or working relationship, some kind of agreement that maybe things, kind of start, stop energy. It seems in July things get back on track is the message that I'm getting for you. Okay, what have we got? Oh yeah, patience. Okay, that makes sense. Whatever you're doing, it's requiring patience. That's why I thought it's slow, it's gradual progress. I don't want to say slow or fast, but it's gradual progress. But you're locked into something. You're in a groove. You're in something that you just have to be in the groove of it. Not just the moment of it, but you have to be in the symbolism of whatever it is. You have to be in the representation of whatever it is that you're doing, whatever that you're creating. You have to be in that archetypal energy. That avatar that is you. It's an aspect of you. If you're being this builder, or you're being this bridger, you're building something new, you're creating something new, or you've had something in the works, or you're finally able to focus more on what it is that you want to do, that's the priority. You have to have patience that you weren't able to do things consistently abruptly for whatever reason. And so now when things kind of pick up, the thing is not to get obsessive about it and just throw yourself into something. It's to learn to pace yourself and make sure you have time for friends and family, or your own downtime, or something fun, something lighthearted, something silly, you know, something that lightens things up, and or finding a fun way to do some of the things that are more task oriented. And the patience is patience with yourself, but also patience with the process. This is not a quick situation, even though you're going to have some kind of momentum or up-leveling of energy. The message here, it's almost like a warning, is like, don't get caught up, because it is going to plateau again. So whatever this cycle is, it's a bit like this. I don't get it like this, but it's not straight to the top. There's some ebb and flow. Let's ask why, and what area of life is most affected for you. Why is this ebb and... Well, that's just the way it is. Virgo, okay. Venus in Virgo. It's building, it's creating in the 10th house. So this is all about achievement. This is all about accomplishment. This is all about, for a lot of you, some project, career goal, some way of establishing yourself in the world. You're meant to have your own pace. You're finding a new pace, a new rhythm. I feel like it is more of a soul attuned and soul aligned rhythm of what you do or how you do it. And so you really are kind of in soul timing here. You know, and Venus in Virgo is also saying, you know, be discriminating, have spiritual discernment on what you're doing. You know, prioritize yourself more, or your goal or your dream, or whatever it is that you're needing to do. That Venus in Virgo in the 10th house is saying that you're building something, you're creating something. You know, Virgo brings a lot of fertility. I also say, like, Empress energy, obviously ruled by Venus, but it's associated with Libra and Taurus. But I also put Virgo in there because Virgo is one of the original fertility goddesses. So the harvest. So you're planting seeds, you're harvesting some of them. That Virgo energy brings a lot to do with creating form and structure, and creating, you know, health, food, right? A type of nurturing, wellness. It's looking at what's working, what's not working, what's bringing in the wellness, what's bringing in the abundance, what's bringing in the self-esteem, what's bringing in the increase, the fertility. And looking at that Venus in Virgo says, look at that. Look at Venus, again, this is Venus here. Look at what brings that in for you, what supports that. And to me, with the Queen of Wands, the Empress, and the Queen of Pentacles, and you've got the Rabbit for fertility, this is about what's bringing you into inspiration or productivity or fertility or wholeness, wellness, feeling really better about, nurtured, taken care of, what brings in that sense of renewal. That's the guide, not the overdoing or the over pushing so that you're reaching burnout or at burnout. So someone here could also be coming out of burnout, but it's like, but you still have these goals, these dreams, these desires, you still have what it is that you want to do or create. That's still a big part of your path right now. This is about, a lot of you, this is about your career, this is about a project, this is about destiny issues. But for some of you, you know, you look at unfolding. Yeah, see, access to greater prosperity is opening up for you slowly. You are growing as you learn more. Keep expanding. Perfect. So what that tells me is that you might be even looking around for better work, a better work environment, a better job, a better career, or a better way of doing your work. This month for you brings a lot to do with what we call discernment or spiritual discernment. Without judgment, you're looking at what best suits you or better suits you. So I really feel like this month for you is like you're going to be a bit of a researcher. You're really going to be looking and feeling things out. to see what is, wow, this is powerful. There's that Empress energy. Trust in yourself. You've worked hard to get this far. You have the ability to create the things you desire. See, Virgo in esoteric astrology deals with putting things into form, structure and form, creating something, packaging yourself, packaging your life, curating your experiences. You're learning how to trust yourself more to get to that higher vibrational timeline that you're feeling more. I wish I could explain it, because I'm really getting the message from your higher self. It's this feeling of abundance. It doesn't even matter what you're doing, what you're eating, or where you live. There's a feeling of vitality. There's a feeling of, I'm taken care of. The universe has my back. I'm in concert with the universe through my higher self. I'm opening up to life. This is where your soul is directing you to achieve this, whether this is for you just personally and your own personal goals, relationship goals, or for a greater goal or greater vision that has to do with your work purpose, soul's purpose, your life path, your life on your soul path, however you want to put it, your career, your business, achievement, what it is you're wanting to achieve, to create, which has a lot to do with some level of growth. This is about some type of growth. You're unfolding to greater prosperity, but it's an inside job. And in July, you realize, wow, it's an inside job. A lot of you are going to have a different way of thinking and even talking to yourself. That's going to alleviate some anxiety over what was promised to you in the past or what you've been working on that fell short. You're going to be talking to yourself a lot better. This is like really positive affirmations and mantras, maybe even using those positive affirmations, affirming what it is that you want to do, affirming your abundance and prosperity, affirming your connection to source, affirming your connection to the universe, all that is, infinite creative intelligence, affirming your great ideas, affirming your intuition, your creative abilities, your soul gifts, affirming your intuition. Because you're here to create something. With the devil here, obviously, that corresponds to the goat. It's about, to some degree, going where you didn't think you could go, going beyond where you were. So it's requiring a new level of trust for you. But it is about achieving without being overly materialistic. It is about the finer things in life, something material that you want to have, or a few things that you want to have. Some of you may be getting rid of stuff. You might be getting rid of stuff and going, you know what, I'm going to upgrade this. I'm going to update. I just saw with computer device. I saw with phones. I'm seeing this upgrading. It's funny, there's a phone there, like updating. Like, I deserve this. I'm going to save for this, or I save for this, or I'm going to budget for this so that I can do the work that I want to do. Some of you, it's video. It could even be a camera. I see somebody setting up an office, an altar. I'm getting like you're setting up your space to really claim this space or studio or artist studio. So slowly, whatever you've been doing, whatever you've let go of, you're moving out of that space of some kind of lack, limitation, overwhelm, burnout, stretch to the limit. And I'm not saying this in a judgmental way, especially with that Venus and Virgo in the 10th house. In life, we go through patches where we have to throw it all, to the wall. We're like pedal to the metal. We're like, and that's what it takes. But you have to learn to recoup from that. So that's one of the learning lessons you have in July, where you go, wow, okay, I had to do that. I had to stay up that late, or I had to, or the kids were sick, so I had to stay up. I had to go into work. I have 2 jobs or 3 jobs. I had to do that gig job, or take that extra. What I had to, save or budget, or I couldn't buy. I had to do that. So one thing I really want to express to this group here is that getting out of the judgment, the mindset from society. So it's a wrong thinking, but we get it passed on to us. That everything, if you hit a road bump or a block or a challenge, a difficult, that you're doing it wrong, or you got to push, you got to steam ahead. No, those narratives are changing in the new paradigm. The new earth won't have that. It's much more about faith, trust. That Six of Wands. It's more about finding your flow, and that's what you're learning as that Empress energy. You're learning to receive and respond to your inspiration, for inspired action, to respond to the universe, to respond to the call, to respond to your own needs. Look at this. This is the beautiful energy. This is the energy I see for you in July. This opening. More light coming in, more awareness, clarity of purpose, clarity of intention. So this is definitely some kind of inner shift that's now beginning to be seen. Oh, I just heard vibrationally. You've been shifting vibrationally. So your vibrational frequency has been shifting, and so it's going to be changing how you feel. Oh, look at this. A deep emotional bond connects you to someone special. Trust, compassion, and support. Now, for some of you, the unresolved emotional issues, I think that's with yourself also. I think you're getting into a new level of intimacy you see. You're being more real about yourself and others. You're being more real about what it is you really need. Let's take one more. Then I'm going to do the rune cards here. Yeah, you're releasing something. There is something that, look at that, break free from the chains. I love it. You've got chains here, and you've got these swords. This is breaking free from a pattern. I feel like you're being more connected to yourself. You could say self-love, but I really feel it's like more real with yourself. Like, I honestly don't know if I can do that. I got to take a break, or I got to do this, or, I really need to do this now. So I just feel you're not like ramrodding yourself or ramrodding things through. There's something you're releasing this month that's tied into some belief of how you have to navigate your life, or how you have to do certain things, or the way you have to do it. You're unwinding from that. You could say breaking free from a chain, but I also feel it's like a unwinding. You've got the key to open that lock. And more than I feel like this is the two parts of you. I feel like it's been a push-pull between the masculine and feminine part of you. The part of you that wants to do, extend in the world, and the part that wants to retreat, receive, get the message, the download, do the self-care and the nurturing. You've been at odds, cross purposes, but something is coming that you're breaking free of that. In hypnotherapy, we call it a double bind, kind of damned if I do, damned if I don't. If I do this and that doesn't happen, or if I do this and I'm upset with myself for doing this, but if I do this and I'm upset with myself, or if I take time off, then I lose money. There's all these things that somehow you're starting in July to wind out of those. So Spirit is saying it's just going to take time. And let's look what's on the bottom of this is abundance. So that to me is a message for you. This unfolding greater prosperity. So you're going to learn that you can do things in a certain way that still brings the abundance, still draws in what you need and want. It's the right amount of effort. It's very metaphysical, this group. It's the right amount of effort aligned to your intention. And the follow-through, the action, is the effort. It's the right amount of moving forward, and the right amount of being able to allow the space for what you're drawing in or manifesting to come in. So this brings in also a lot about right use of will, using your willpower. And again, it's about to some degree, it's about some kind of epiphany where you're breaking free of, an old idea that doesn't work, an old action. Some of you, it could be an addiction. It could be an addiction. It could be, something that you're using that's not working, that's not so healthy. Yeah, gestation, inner growth. But this is also endings and new beginnings. And then we've got destruction. Yeah, this is the breaking free. So something like, oh, I no longer do that. I no longer. Some of you, it's diet. There's changes in diet, nutrition, habits. I will say that. I do feel like there's something, because you're starting to shine. Some plan or project you have, you're starting to see the results. It could be diet, nutrition, exercise. It could be a food that you're eating or not eating that you got rid of, especially with that Venus and Virgo. It could be you're dressing better, you're dressing more for your body where you feel good. It could be the types of, I just heard the cologne, there's a change in cologne, okay, for someone. I feel like you're wearing colors that better suit you or you better like, or you've lightened up in your colors. I just heard you find something that was bothering you, like bothering your body. That was bothering you. I don't know, for some of you it's a fabric or color, different clothes. Some of you it's something you were eating, because it's celebration to me here is saying you're going to be oh my God, I finally found what it was, or I finally realized what was going on, or I finally got the help that I needed, or the right, doctor, or, medicine, or the right supplement, or the right herb. I finally got it. Yeah, this green is reminding me of health coming back, vitality, and with that Queen of Wands and Emperor, and the Queen of Pentacles, that renewal of health, of vitality, of wellness. So something you've been working on that's really been bothering you, causing anxiety, that you didn't think you could get a solution, or you weren't necessarily going to feel better. And it definitely also has to do with health. So there is some movement, travel, there is increase, a new level of abundance that's coming in for you. But the messages for July: be patient, let things build, don't push, don't overdo, don't overspend, don't overdo or underdo, don't overdo, underdoing, or overdoing, don't overdo. This patience is more than mental, it's patience with your cycle, with the body, with how things are unfolding. The message I'm getting for you is like with a potted plant, like you really want to plant, let's say you have a plant, you've planted seeds and now they've been sprouting, and you really want to transplant that plant into a different pot that you really love, that you just found, this amazing pot. But you know that it's too big, that the roots have to take hold. So you keep it in the planter that you're not really that wild about. And that's okay. That's where you're at right now. Whoever needs to hear that. Like, okay, it's not exactly what I want or where I'm at, but it's going to be. I'm starting to see. Because you're going to feel a lot freer, or a lot more space in July. Now, some of you, this is space in regards to your work. But you're going to have, if you trust yourself, you're going to have something to do in that space. When you look back, you're going to say, oh my God, I'm so glad I had that time off, or that extra space. Some of it's you were going to go somewhere and then you decide not to, and you have the space to do more of what it is you want to do. All right, Radiant Soul Light, let's see. Let's look at anything else. Pluto in Gemini. Oopsie. What happened in the... oh, wow, that's in 12th house. Yeah. You're cracking some inner dialogue, some subconscious pattern is unfolding. You're getting unfettered from it. You're getting unbound from something. Some thought process, some pattern, emotional pattern, thought pattern. And in July, it's going to become very apparent what you need to let go of to really thrive. All right, Soul Light, I'm going to be doing the second half, the extended, on Patreon if you want to join me there. There's a free tier if you want to just join up for that as well. Or you can join the other tier and for the rest of this reading, or we part right here and you got all that you need. I wish you a very productive, inspired, fun-filled, and also relaxing and peaceful July. All right, I hope to see you in another reading. And if you haven't already, I'd love if you would subscribe and let me know in the comments how this unfolds for you. Much peace. Hello, Radiant Being. Okay, so let's look at July for you. Each reading, the layout could vary a little bit. I'm really looking at what is supporting you, what's coming up for you in July, what you perhaps don't see, how your individual cycle is aligning or connecting into the universal cycle that we're in. Well, resources, money, not only a focus, but something's building. I also want to say health, healthy bank balance, healthy finance. You've got the Sunstone here as your crystal ally. Now, you might have been just connecting to the Sunstone for the reading, but this can support you this whole month. It has a lot to do with self-esteem, self-worth, value, but also gifts, self-expression, creativity, artistic expression. I'm getting with you that there's some things that you've been wanting to do that you want to put out into the world, or something you've been creating. It's going to start paying off. I just heard painting, or you've been painting. It's like a painting. So this could be an artisan, a craftsman, or your art. You start getting paid for what you do, or you're getting paid better for what you do. Now, this is also about taking better care of yourself in July, or some program that you've been doing starts showing, good results. I really get with you self-esteem coming up, valuing yourself more, your time, valuing your time more, and you're looking at where is the growth in my life? What is really paying off? What is really worth it? What do I really value? What do I appreciate? And am I being appreciated? And I love, as a gratitude exercise, is to look at what we appreciate. Because what we appreciate gains in value, right? We say this has appreciated in value. This painting is appreciated in value. So when we appreciate something, we're looking at the value of it. Spirit is wanting you to do more with your gifts, your talents. If you've been looking, the answer is your own gifts, your talents. Right now, things are depending on you, your impetus, your initiation, your inspiration and inspired action, your follow-up, your follow-through. You're meant to use your gifts, your talents, your abilities, your soul gifts. You're meant to not just, it's something that you've learned, maybe trained in, but you do it in a specific way. It's time for you to do that, and focus. Oh, wow, look at this. Ace of Pentacles. This is a good idea, money-making idea that comes in. You may even have someone helping you. King of Swords, I love this. This is a very different energy. Hang one. Wow. Okay, this is a very different energy with you. Wow. The Fool. Look at that, 9 of Wands, and we go from the 8. So, yeah, you need to act on your ideas. You need to follow through, or you've been acting on your ideas and follow through, and it's bringing in money. This is renewal, but what I get is it's about you, your initiation, your plan, your project. You might have people helping you or supporting you, or you might be working with others. But this month is about what you got. What do you want? What do you've got? What are your gifts? Look at this, 4 of Wands. Wow. And hang one under the 4 of Pentacles. That's very telling. Wow, because you're going to learn to go within. And look at this. Wow, what a month for you. This is about things paying off. Some of you are going to be able to pay off debt. This is also showing the ideas that you have will bring in that money, that prosperity, that abundance, that fulfillment. This is also about a money-making idea with the King of Swords there, something that you're going to start working on. For many of you, it's some kind of project that you're going to redo it. You're redoing it or re-editing it, but it's going to put you in a new, it's going to put you in a new level this July, this month. I do feel some of you, this could be using your intuition or your psychic ability more in your work, or to make the decisions about your work. Some of you career, but for sure work. And I heard let your money work for you. So this could be bring in investments. This could be investing in yourself or investing in something that's going to help you do what you do better. Now, out of all this, you have the Hanged One, Pisces energy, the Fool, Uranus is here, the High Priestess, and the Emperor. So we've got that Pisces and we've got the Aries energy. So you have 4 major arcana. So July is kind of a big month for you. I feel it could be planetarily. There could be some aspects that are happening, but you're meant to kind of ride a wave. Some card fell on the floor. You're meant to ride a wave. This card came out, Defenses. It's so funny because last month I think, or last week, door blocked. Something finally opens, the Knight of Wands. You're able to finally move forward. Some of you could be finding a house or finally being able to move. I definitely get a move here also, but I also feel like a door that was locked or blocked, you weren't able to go through, now opens. The door to opportunity now opens. The floodgate opens. You're also going to be seen. This 4 of Wands is bringing you to a new level. But what's interesting, though, in the center of your reading, Soul Light, you have the Hanged One and the 4 of Pentacles. You're learning to go within. I'm wondering if some of you in human design are manifestor generators. Even manifestors or generators, where you know that you have to go within to feel. You're not going to make snap decisions. The King of Swords does not make snap decisions. But you're not meant to do things just by logic and analyzing and reason. You can do a little of that. You're meant to bring your decisions or direction or what you're creating or making into your intuition. This needs to be a part of your life. Even if you do work with other people, maybe you're a psychic channel or medium, tarot reader, or you're very intuitive, or you're a caregiver or healer, naturopath, or you use your intuition, or you connect in with other people's bodies, like soma, body work or somatic healing or something. But it's like there's a new protocol coming in for you where you're able to pull back and kind of wait to see, am I getting the green light? Am I getting the motion to go forward? So what I see in July, your energy, something about your circumstances, your energy or the energy of your circumstances changes, that what was blocked or locked. Oh, I just heard something. I'm being shown that is interesting. Leave it alone, leave it behind. Some doors were never meant to be opened. Some things were never meant to finish. Some things were never meant to accomplish. So there's some things they're half done or they're completed on a soul level, even though you might think, oh, I didn't get to do this fully. I got to tell you, I think your higher self, spirit, you're being guided in another direction. Let's put this here. So the door is opening. Put that there. Can you see that? Some doors were never meant to open. Some doors weren't yours. Okay, let's put this here. It's a kind of an important message. Some doors weren't yours. You're going to find yours. You're going to find what is yours, what brings the most fulfillment and abundance to you. You're going to find what is really you, authentically you. What is your door? What is your opportunity? Some of you thought there were some doors, I just heard slammed in the face. It slammed shut. I didn't get to go through it, or they didn't call me back. Oh, this is interesting. Soul Light. Wow. So you have 2 4s here. 44-8. This is a time of effort. Oh, wow. Look at that. Reward and recognition. Four of Wands, Nine of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles brings some level of recognition and reward. You're coming out of self-doubt. Yeah, you doubted yourself, but here's the thing. Some of these things that they were just on the way. They were just on the road. They weren't meant to be fully experienced or expressed or lived through. Or you thought it was a natural next step, but it wasn't. And look at its miracles. Wow. I'm taking this too. You're getting professional assistance. I knew I was really drawn to the energy of July, that it's a very pivotal month energetically. Even whether people are feeling it, there's a lot that's shifting. We're in a major pivot, the Great Reset. You know, there's always a metaphysical, esoteric, or occult, hidden, esoteric meaning, a universal meaning, a cosmic meaning to what people live out in the 3D reality. So the Great Reset is beyond what any group or government or cabal or steering committee could know. We're in a time where time is changing. You're in that. This is I'm no longer on that timeline. I'm at a new juncture. It's okay to jump ship. It's okay to move forward. It's okay to move in a different direction. This is about something new opening. This is about an opportunity that you don't see. You're not going to see this coming in July. Something is going to be much better or more valuable an opportunity than what you thought. And ultimately, it's going to bring a lot of money. I'm getting a lot of downloads here. I think, look at, you've got have faith. Some of you, this is going to bring some kind of contract or new job that gets you completely on a new level. That Nine of Pentacles with the Ace of Pentacles is the Ten of Pentacles. So you're in a work in progress and process. There's a new foundation coming in for you. The key is you've got to learn to go within and go back, and you've also got to integrate more of your inner world, your spirituality, the spirit realm, your psychic ability in the work that you're doing, whether it's through guidance or that's your ticket to making more money or receiving more money or living more fulfilled or more abundant. That's your ticket. Something with your psychic ability, your intuition. It's like that needs to be more of the focus. That's boom. Or that's going to greatly help you. Some of you, this could even be writing. I'm getting a lot to do with writing. I'm getting some kind of agent. It could be a tax attorney. You could be coming up in a new tax bracket. This could be an attorney, attorney, lawyer, agent, somebody helping you in your work purpose, in your path. It's like your gifts, your abilities are stacking up through training or your soul gifts, and you've refined them, or you've trained or studied in something. But some of you, it's like you either need to listen to your intuition, or maybe you work with someone. You might even be getting a reading with someone. That might not be a bad idea. Or it could be through these pick a cards, mine and other people's, that you're getting the guidance. But what's going to help you in the outer world, the 3D world of manifested form, is intuition, being guided by the intuition, looking at the Akashic, a soul level, being guided intuitively, psychically. Now, for some of you, that's coming from someone else. For others of you, that's integrating it within yourself, to go within and to get the answers. But clearly something's changing. You're going to have a new viewpoint on what it is that you're doing, or what you're meant to do, or way that you're meant to do, the way that you're doing what you're doing, or how you do what you're doing. I feel like using your voice is very powerful for you. And in July, there's this command, there's this strength in your voice. Maybe you could be less doubtful. There's less chatter. There's less doubt, there's less naysaying. You had self-doubt here, right? So somehow you're becoming the Four of Wands. There's a completion to a new level. There's also this joining or coming together with others, even though it's your own thing. You're bringing your own thing with others. But somehow you're on a new level or a different level, or you're seen at an elevated level. You're seen as a different level. Some of you are coming out of the cave. You're coming out of this whole inner, world, to some degree, maybe even stagnation. But you're going to be getting help. I feel like that. What's that card? A leg up. I can't remember what oracle deck it's in, but I get that with this group. There's like a leg up. You're going to be receiving more help. Okay, let's look at this shadow. Anything? Shadow, whether not life enhancing or life enhancing. What needs to be integrated right now in July for soul story number 2 for the best use of this energy? Oh yeah, use the relationships that you have. Intimate relationships are deepening. Again, some of you, this could even bring marriage. This could be investing in a particular relationship, but this is also working with people that it's like family. Look at that. And I just said loyalty. Some of you, it's animal beings around you, or an animal being or particular, but this is like the breakthrough is there is support from someone that someone's going to help you, and that's bringing this movement, major career breakthrough that's going to bring quite a bit of money. Your visibility is coming up also in July. July for this group is a personal pivot, is a pivot to doors opening finally. What you didn't think you could have turns around, opens up, the opportunities there. Somebody comes back around. And you might have thought, oh, I'm not going to have, it's not going to work. But I feel like a lot of you, you're being seen for your value, whether intuitively, psychically, wisdom, spiritually, your spirituality, your wisdom. Your wisdom, that's your business, is helping. So you need to bring your intuition into what you're doing. It's funny, soul story number 1 got intimacy, something about, not this card, but a different card, but I got it more with intimacy with themselves, being more truthful, honest, genuine with themselves. But with you, I get it has to do with relationships. Even if you're on your own, there's somehow your relationship bonds are deepening. It's friends, like family or a special someone, but you're going to see that your friends are loyal. I feel like you're very well thought of, by the way. You're very well thought of. Or if you don't know how well thought of you are, you're going to see, oh, I am well thought of. Okay, let's get a couple others. Let me look to the Astro Dicey here. So July, new level of momentum. You're going to a new level. There's overcoming some challenge. Oh my God, this is so, I almost want to cry. Oh my gosh. Because I feel this has been a long time coming. You're going to see the possibilities. 85 distills to 13.4. 85 breaks down to 13.4. Follow your dreams. I just heard Hecate. Some of you working with that archetype. I think because you have followed your dreams, that your dreams are catching up with you. The openings, the opportunities, the people. You may have felt you were ahead of your time, or that you had to wait for so long. You were doubting your path, doubting your decisions, doubting, should I even be doing this? Should I even be going in this direction? There's no door opening. It's not opening. I'm not getting the opportunity. I'm not getting the chances. Other people are getting the opportunity. Other people getting the chances. Something shifts in July where you start getting, and look at what's on the bottom, because you persevered. Yep. 4, building something, persevering past the blocks, past the closures, past the door being closed or never open. You're waiting outside the door, waiting for the opportunity, and it doesn't come through, and it doesn't come through. And now it's going to be coming through. So I'm getting July signals the wait is over. Yeah, I knew this for you. Look at this. We're going to take both of these. Crossroads, a new business venture, project, or career is currently in the works. Yeah, through your higher self and soul purpose. Something exciting is on the horizon for you. If you follow your passion, that's it. Follow your dreams, follow your passion. I really, really feel with this group, you're so close to something, gaining momentum, having this breakthrough, having this new opportunity come in, and you so deserve it. You know, these are general readings, so sometimes people, oh, you don't know, Michele. Like, okay, well, so for some of you, maybe this doesn't happen, or it's going to happen, you know, maybe not July, but it depends on where you are on the timeline. But listen, I've been doing this for so many years and living this way. If you're drawn to something, you have the opportunity within your own circumstances to what this is saying. Don't be in self-doubt. Do not be in self-doubt. Well, I don't even have to say that, because I feel like you're coming out of self-doubt. It's like that apple tree, you're being shook up. It's like, oh, this isn't working, this is blocking me. But what's going to happen is there's a little miracle. Didn't you get miracle? Yeah, there's a miracle. There's a little boon. There's a miracle. There's something that happens, and it may seem kind of small, or you don't realize how big it is, and it turns everything around. And you're like, oh my God, I didn't think this was going to happen for me, or I didn't think I was ever going to do this, or I didn't think I was going to go to this next level. I didn't think I was going to get this many followers or subscribers. I didn't think I was going to get paid this much. I didn't think I would get this job. Or they hired someone else and they didn't work out, and then they called me. You see, it's going to be something like that. So July for this group is a major crossroads. Whether some of you know it already. You've been positioning yourself for this crossroads. You know you're turning a corner. You're pivoting. This month you're pivoting. You've already done it energetically on the etheric field. Now, for most of you, you're going to see it, the pivot, how it's manifesting real time in the material plane, right, on the earth plane in 3D, through openings and opportunities. I'm telling you, whatever that door was that was shut or locked or closed to you is opening. And I think for a lot of you, it has to do with what you thought you could earn, the type of money you could make, the type of help that you would have, the type of clients, customers, the type of courage, justice. It's karmic justice that this happens for you. I'm going to put this here, perseverance. Because of your perseverance, you're setting in motion, with that Nine of Pentacles, you're setting in motion etherically your own openings, breakthroughs, miracles. Miracles are simply alignment. I love this. Oh my God, look at this. Trust and partnership, loyalty. Trust yourself, trust your connection to your higher self, but trust your friends, trust the people that are coming in your life that say, God, I love what you do, or you help me, or this is amazing, or you have this great gift, or I appreciate you talking to me, I appreciate you taking the time, I appreciate whatever. That gratitude, that appreciation, if you haven't been seeing that and hearing that, you're about to. And look at this, breakthrough, awakening. Some of you may be working with awakening or various types of awakening. You're helping people awaken. I get a lot of this, could be educators here too, that you're educating the masses, you're helping. That whatever it is that you're doing, you've got the Knight of Wands and you've got Iwas here, which is the horse and rider, which is movement. It could signal a move, whether house, home, area, whether you're in a different location more, someplace new, could be a house. Tiwaz is courage. It's also getting out there. So you're meant to be seen. You're meant to be more out there in the world, or in groups, or a particular group. You're meant to be seen for what, being loyal to yourself. You're meant to be seen for what you're about. Dagaz, this is a breakthrough coming in. Dagaz is the sun. It's it can be a bit of a breakthrough, but it's usually like the sunrise coming up. What I think is going to happen is your sun has been rising. Your solar energy, your soul, you're connecting to your soul's purpose. That it's getting more in alignment, and so your star is rising. Okay, let's see what we got here. Oh, wow. Love it. North Node. Do you see that? What do we got here? We got the North Node. Oh, in Virgo. Wow. Being of service in the 8th house. Told you, you need to bring your occult, the esoteric, the psychic, the spiritual, spirit realm, your guides. But North Node in Virgo, your soul's purpose is of being of service to humanity, to the world, to a particular group, a form, an organization, a certain part of life. You are in service here. You came here with a passion, a purpose, a dream, a mission, and you're really connecting to that in July. This is a deep connection. This is like a real deep, visceral, you could feel it connection, a somatic connection. It's not just in the head anymore, although you're going to have some ideas that align you to this part of you. I'm going to take one more at the bottom because I just happened to turn these over. And what do we have for you? Wealth and abundance. So there is also a new level of abundance coming in. Some of you, a new revenue stream or revenue stream picks up. It's getting stronger. You will be seen, you will be believed for what it is that you know. You're not going to be at cross purposes anymore with someone or your life path. Some of you have been at cross purposes with what it is you have been meant to do. Something clicks this month that puts you in alignment and on a new trajectory, a new road, a new timeline. That when you follow your passion, your sense of purpose, your soul's purpose, your passion and purpose, what fulfills you, gives you joy, your dream, however little or big you can follow it. This doesn't mean you have to scrap everything that you're doing, because some of you are, doing something else or doing multiple things. It's not about that. It's about integrating more of this, because what's happening is you're about to get an opening, an opportunity that's getting you in a new direction, new trajectory, new timeline. You're at a crossroads. This group, you are at a pivotal time in your life. I'm just wondering, for some of you, if it's also bringing in a particular relationship, especially if you're single. Your work purpose, and you being seen is going to bring you the right people, the right relationships, because you're in right relationship. All right. Wow. Okay. Your Soul Insights mantra is, I am in right relationship with my soul. I am right relationship to people, places, the world. And I am in right relationship to universal abundance. It's all about alignment for you in July. Radiant Soul, I will be doing the extended on Patreon. There's a free tier there, or you can get another tier to get into the extended if you want to do that, or connect with me further there, or however. Ways to do so are in the description box. I wish you, I just wish you to embrace the awesomeness that you have and that you are, and just a really soul-fulfilling month. All right, I'll see you again. Love and light. Hello, beautiful soul. Welcome to soul story number 3. Okay, wow, you've got Lapis Lazuli as your guide crystal, your crystal ally, and 9th house exploration. So a couple things. I'm getting the message for you in July. There's going to be a lot to do with vocalizing, communication, and also overcoming some kind of misunderstanding or miscommunication with someone. This could bring some clarity in your relationships. Or if there's been a relationship you've been wanting, like, well, how do they really feel about me? Or how do they think about me? Or This could be even if you're more public or at your job or work or career. It's like you're going to want this feedback. And I feel like you're going to get the feedback by what I'm seeing in the pattern of July. I'm just reminded of this hot air balloon. I don't know if you can see it. This could be travels. This could be studying. This could be plans, preparations for going abroad, you know, traveling internationally or wanting to, or your mind. I'm hearing from your higher self, like, just let your mind go. This is a time to explore something, to research something, to learn something. Education can be very important, whether you're taking a course, a class, a workshop, or studying something. This month, your mind somehow is going to be broadened, your point of view, or your viewpoint, a new point of view coming in. It's a broader viewpoint, a broader understanding. This is also reminding me of a new influence or new influences. This could be also a new group or a community that's new, or you're someplace where you're going to be meeting new people. And you're really getting in July, it's about soul navigation. Your soul navigating a new direction for you. So I feel like make a wish and it'll come true. This is kind of a magical month for you. I feel Lapis, you know, is the philosopher's stone. You know, you polish it to learn more. So there could be something about a sparkle, a glow up for you, a new truth or understanding coming through you, where you're feeling just much more connected to your inner core, your inner truth. That's the pull for you in July. Let's see what else is coming up. I'm also hearing the name Regan. Some of you may have psychic ability or the ability to channel or mediumship. You could be much more intuitive this month. There's kind of a little bit more intuition spot on, more synchronicities this month. Okay, we've got the Ace of Pentacles. Six of Wands. Let's see what the energy is saying. What is July for you? What's it bringing up for you? Eight of Wands. You're definitely this month dropping something or someone. There's a liberation. You've got the Tower. Yeah, and see even the Page of Swords. That's detaching from something. If you've been trying to get over a habit, you're going to do it in July. Or wanting to distance from something that you're feeling that's not so helpful anymore. And then we've got the Three of Cups, Ace of Swords, or Eight of Swords, Emperor. Okay, Four of Pentacles. And I'm actually going to take this because I do feel like this month, some of you might feel like you have to do something more on your own or alone. Like a partner or friend, somebody's not available to you. Should we take one more? Yeah, we've got that Temperance. Yeah, Sagittarius energy, and then we've got the 9th house of Sagittarius. So, and it's funny I said Philosopher's Stone. So you've really been being worked on a deeper level. You're coming out of some kind of initiation, some kind of test or testing period. It could be due to your circumstances. You could have felt a bit stuck. And I got to be honest, mid-month you still might feel a little stuck, or first 2 weeks of July. I know this July we do have a retrograde, so that could bring things got moving, things are going, but it's like the gears. That's why I think you have to take the 9th house approach, a more idealistic approach. You have to take the high road this month. You have to look this month more at either the glass is half full or the glass can be refilled. So you're kind of being asked to look at the optimistic part of your life, or what's there to be optimistic, where is there growth, and detach from lower level impulses, detach from what's really not working, what you might have been trying to push. Doesn't mean it won't work in the future. You can maybe cycle back around to something even mid-month or the end of the month. It doesn't mean something that you've been working on or something that's been stuck. It just may be that the timing is a little bit off. And I'm hearing you can go back to it at a later date. Now, that could be, again, a later time in July. Could even be the next day, next few days or week or two or end of the month. Or it could be the next few months. I don't really feel it as a big deal from the level of your higher self. It may be on an ego level, like, God, I feel stuck, or I feel I can't get out of this, or I can't make this happen, or this isn't falling into place like I want it to. So there could be a little bit of frustration, either financially, or you've seen an increase and you're wondering, is it going to build? I feel it's going to, but I also feel that you've got the idea of budgeting time, energy, money, putting more in savings, economizing. You're being asked to economize, and that's also the Temperance Sagittarius card. So you've got 4 major arcana. You have the Tower, which is bringing in that Mars energy. Also, I like to say a bit of Uranus here. Mars, Aries. We've got some Neptune energy here, connecting spiritually. Pisces, and then you have Sagittarius, Jupiter energy here. So this is an expanded month. That's what I'm saying. I feel like you're going to have to use your spirit or spirituality, your spiritual discipline, or take the high road, optimistic approach, or more of the quantum approach, the moral high ground, the ethical, the... this month is about seeing the big picture, getting the overview, distancing from lower level emotions. Even if there is a little bit of restriction or in a particular circumstance in your life, it's like, how can you see the bigger picture? How can you see where things are working or paying off, or how things have gotten better? Let's look at the metaphysical principle. Let's get the overview of the situation. Let's look at the spiritual angle, the spiritual aspect. Let's apply discernment to this situation. Let's look at what's the karmic implication. What's the dharma here, the learning lesson? What am I learning here? But also dharma, what is my service? How am I being of service? So there's a real rebalancing internally that's taken place this month for you. And some things I'm going to say, you might feel you're a little on your own, or you had to cut off or cut something off, or I even heard like an abrupt conversation. And all of that is really teaching you to trust your inner truth more, rely on your inner truth more, balance it out. You're going to be asked to look at the higher view or higher viewpoint of a situation, the higher view of something. Like, what's the overall, this is interesting. What's the overall view? What's the higher viewpoint? And that's going to bring a new level of inner peace. So there could be some releasing of some former attachments or a goal, a dream, something that you were kind of had your heart set on that you wanted to do. You may be letting go of that, or again, you might be just putting a pin in it. You might be putting it, okay, see, here's expansion. So what is this meaning, Soulite? This is very interesting to me, because it's kind of a quiet, calm month, but then it's got this boundless possibilities. Aha, here it is. And everybody has been getting some form of faith, and you've got to have faith. Okay, even if a situation seems limited, you're not the limitation. That's your message. You're not the limitation. Speak up, speak your truth. Some of you, this could be through writing, this could be through blogging, this could be through video or posting. This could be with a particular person or group of people. Some of you, it's going to be out and about. You're out at a restaurant, you're with a group, and you're going to feel the need to speak up. Some of you are going to feel limited, like I can't really fully say all that I think and feel in this situation or to this person, or they're not receptive. Is this really kind of reminding me of what's going on in the world right now, where people are so censored. You can't, it's very challenging, or can be, to have a different opinion, that people are just speaking to try to convince someone to think like me or be like me, instead of having this higher mind discourse where you can say your thoughts and feelings, your perception, I can say mine, we can agree, we can disagree, maybe we disagree completely, maybe we agree on some things or disagree. So I feel like you're going to be in some kind of debate. Again, there's a lot to do with communication, whether you're doing this online. I almost feel like someone that's fighting for their dissertation. You're doing your argument. And the message to you is how to be in the argument but not be argumentative, how to be assertive but not overly aggressive. Again, this has to do with the balance. What's the right force in this situation? What's the right argument without being argumentative? How can I be more assertive without being overly aggressive and getting overly angry or rage? Some of you may need to channel some of your anger or rage into a project or into yourself. And so there could be some disappointments I'm getting this month in regards to relationship, because you're being asked to expand, or you want to expand through learning or into other views. You want to be able to have this talk, this discourse, this conversation. But have faith that the right people will come, the right people at the right time. I feel like you're being guided into a higher vibrational frequency experience and soul expression, and you're being guided into a higher vibrational frequency relationships. You want to expand what is possible for yourself and for others. You want to hear other people's opinions. You want to come together. And so some of you are going to have these experiences where that is happening, and others, I'm seeing there's this wanting of this. There's this need that I want to be able to speak my truth. I want to be able to not censor. So there's something that you're very caught up in as part of your soul group, part of your destiny, part of your dharma, and therefore learning lesson, is how not to be over affected by what is happening in the world. What is happening in life, or that it's not all. And I feel like for some of you, could also be in a work situation where you're learning how to work better with others, or teamwork. Again, this is also about you getting into your own inner truth, your own inner authority. Here it is, emotional healing. A month of emotional healing. You've come to enough emotional healing that you don't want to hide anymore. You want to be more transparent. You want to connect with something or someone passionately. You don't want to have to censor. You don't want to have to hide your light. You don't want to have to hide your beliefs. And if you are having to do that, I feel like the next level for you, the next shift, is being around those that you don't have to do that. That you're not, hiding your light under a bushel. So there is this, it's a little bit of a testing period with this 4711-2, but it does show there could be like wish fulfillment, or some goal or dream or desire comes through, or part of it. You're getting something that you want, but you're also saying, look, I don't want to sacrifice. I don't want to overly sacrifice or compromise my life at this time. This is about not living from the place of compromise. This is about connecting more to your spiritual truth. This can bring new insights. This can bring in a new level of understanding and kind of a new way of navigating your life. And I do see with some people, you're going to understand who can I share things with and who can I not, or how much do I share things with certain people. Whoops, let me see. Because I do see you out. I see you socializing more. I see you around more group. Oh, look at that. See, spiritual partnership. I love this. Oh, and you got moderation. That's the temperance. Moderation. Things in moderation. So you're going to have to moderate yourself. Not everything is for everyone. You're not for everyone. Everyone's not for you. Not every discussion is for everyone. Not every thought you have or belief or idea needs to be expressed or fully expressed. That's what you're going to be learning. You're going to be learning the possibilities in life and being a part of a team or connecting with others, being in relationship with others, maybe meeting new people. But I do feel that you're looking more for the spiritual partner or partnership. You're partnering more somehow with the divine. But you also are going to have this kind of a soul call or a need inside, like, I want to share more of what I feel or see. I want to be less censored. But temperance is saying moderation. Some of you, it could be drink. Some of you, it could be eating. Some of you could be partying. Some of you could be, what is the moderation? You might have to moderate your spiritual ideas or gifts. Like, again, you're not hiding yourself if you don't show everything, all at once. Every part of yourself doesn't have to be shown. You just see what I'm saying? It's like you're going to learn, like, okay, even if I didn't bring this up at dinner, or I didn't bring this up with this person or this family member, it doesn't mean I'm hiding. I'm almost getting like a little bit of spiritual discernment. You're getting more comfortable in your skin with your spirituality, your psychic ability. I feel like you're not trying to get approval. And for the small part of you that you're going to see in July that it's not worth it. Because you're connecting to a deeper truth. And because you're connecting to a deeper truth, you're not needing to prove yourself anymore. That's really what this is about. This is a month where it says, look, you don't have to prove yourself anymore. Live your truth. Speak your truth. Speak up. So there could be some things that old ideas, old images, old altars, that's the tower, that you're getting rid of. And it could come to a shock to some people around you, like, whoa, I can't believe you thought that, or you do that, or wow, or you didn't get back to me, or I didn't know what was going on. So there could be people talking about you like, oh, they think they're all that, or they never got back to me, or they didn't text back, or they didn't reach back out, because you're moving in a new direction. I really want you to see that. I'm seeing this really as like a compass. That you're moving into the place of possibilities. There's a part of your life expanding, and there's no need to prove yourself, to get outer validation, or overly focus on outer validation. We all need outer validation, We're wired like that as humans, but I feel like you're moving more from this faith. Oh, because 6 of Wands is success, but it also is faith. It's self-trust, belief, faith in something more. That's you carry that inner truth, the sword, or not sword, the wand, the inspiration guiding you, your own passion and purpose, and then you have faith here. So again, you might be tested. Temperance is about tempering. It's about testing. You might be tested to just see, okay, do you believe? Do you believe? Do you believe in yourself? This is more about you with you validating you speaking your truth or living your truth, you understanding your truth. So you don't need to convince anyone. You don't need to say, oh, you have to believe me, or you have to believe this, or you don't know. You're stepping away from that, and that's going to allow you to expand more in your life, because you're taking that part of you that was held back and bringing it forward. The part that was kind of playing small or living smaller or waiting for someone else, waiting for the partner, waiting for the person, waiting to get seen, waiting for the acknowledgement, waiting for the go-ahead. You're not waiting anymore. There's this movement. Even if your circumstances feel a bit limited, the clarity that's coming in for you is coming more from your inner truth. So I feel like there's more transparency with yourself to yourself, and there's more transparency in your relationships and even in your family. Some of you, I just heard, oh, I don't want to go to that school. So some of you that are looking at studying somewhere, or maybe you have a child and they're going to be telling you, look, I don't want to study this, or I don't want to go to this school, or I don't know, maybe I don't want to go to college. That could be you. If you're watching this, you may say, oh, I'm going in a different direction. I'm not going to get my MBA. I'm going to massage school, or I'm going to acupuncture school. There's something like that where July, the revealing to yourself is about a deeper truth. And you have to have faith that you'll be able to have this deeper truth, act upon it, live from it, and still have what you need and want. I just heard all my needs are met. So you could also this month be reassessing. Oh, wow, there it is. God, I love sometimes when I'm getting in and then the Spirit puts the right card. You're being asked to honor your worth. That's your truth. It can be so easy to feel that we aren't good enough or worthy of happiness. This simply isn't the case. However, you are worthy and you have inherent value. It's time to cherish yourself and see your true worth. So your value, this is about your value within. That you're seeing and feeling your value, but your truth in how you live, the value in your truth. The value of your opinion, of your life experience, of your wisdom, the value of your decisions, your choices. That somehow is tapping you into this kind of abundance vibe, it's setting some kind of buffer between you and either a circumstance, a situation, a relationship, or just the outer world, where you're feeling less impinged on or encroached on. You're feeling less pressure in July, because you're getting more comfortable with your truth. That's what it is. You're getting more comfortable with your truth, and therefore you're feeling more buoyant. You're feeling more taken care of. You're like, you've got, the universe has my back. God has my back. The all that is, I'm connected to infinite source energies, the infinite creative intelligence of the universe. I'm connected to that. I've got this. I can just hear it. I've got this. The universe has your back. So I feel like for this group, there might have been some wounding, or you could have been in particular relationships where you really weren't seen, or you couldn't speak up or speak your truth, or maybe you didn't know. We don't always know our truth. You could be going through a deep exploration, and a lot being revealed to you this month. This kind of inner exploration. Or you might be trying new things, and someone might say, oh, well, you're not doing that anymore. You're not, and it's like, no. So this is like freedom to try new things also. The freedom to move around. The freedom to have a different opinion and understanding. The freedom to not be locked in. That's another message I'm getting. This is about the freedom to not be locked in. The freedom to be more flexible, in your choices. There may be some things that you're doing that you're not meant to stick with. Yes, I knew that. There is something about a new direction. Your purpose is unfolding slowly, step by step as you go along. There's no need to hurry or worry. You're being divinely guided. Well, that's this angel, archangel, higher self energy here, but I really feel like there's this compass, there's this navigation, this inner navigation that you're really starting to open up to and trust. And it might be misunderstood. I'm not sure. It may bring you into a different needs and wants, or a different type of relationship. Like some of you may realize, wow, what I really need is a spiritual partnership. That's what I really need in my life. That's what I really want. That's the kind of person I want. I want to be with somebody that's spiritual, or we have a similar spiritual belief, or they have a spiritual practice. I just know in July, your spiritual practice, your spirituality is really important. And I feel because you're seeing how your own inner relationship with your inner self, your higher self, is really, really important. I just heard the power of prayer, faith and prayer. Now, again, this could be metaphysical. It could be through affirmation or mantra or intentions or journal writing, or creating your reality. And you really don't want anyone that's going to mess that up. So some of you are calling in a partner and you're like, okay, I'm really clear on what I want, whether that's lifestyle, the way I want to live, where I want to work, how I want to work, the job, the career, the type of relationship or partnership or collaborative partner. You're seeing this is what I want to do, because you've healed enough emotionally, or you're in this emotional healing where you're rediscovering parts of yourself. There's a lot of self-exploration in July. And this may surprise you, this new direction coming in. It may be something that you didn't think that you were going to want to do, or you didn't think was going to be important to you. This could bring back I just heard former lover. That's interesting. Yeah, there could be something about a former lover, something from the past is coming back. Whether a particular relationship, a person coming back, or it could be this new understanding of yourself is bringing back an old dream, a goal, or desire. Moderation is key, and focusing on your own value, what you value, and appreciating yourself and your gifts. That is somehow shifting your belief in yourself, the belief in life, your beliefs, the belief in what's possible. So there's a very strong Jupiterian energy in this. It's quiet, calm, but it's like you're expanding either into new realms, new people, new opportunities, but this is also coming from an expansion on what you feel is possible in your life. I really feel with this group that there's something you're not compromising on, or you're finding that it's a good thing that you didn't compromise. Like it's better for you that you didn't compromise, your truth, your value, your worth. For some of you, this is raising your rate, or asking for more money, or an increase in a salary. Yeah, bring some kind of renewal. I just heard you're going to get paid more, or you're paid what you're worth. So I think your value is coming up, your worth is coming up due to the shift in your beliefs. And so this value is renewing a faith in yourself and what's possible. For some of you, this is bringing also renewal in your career, like a renewed interest, renewed passion, renewed sense of purpose, renewed sense of value in what you're doing and what you're creating. I feel that Tower is inner. Okay, let's see. I just like a partnership with the divine. So let's see what we've got here. Oh, wisdom, communication. Yes, wisdom, what you've learned. Your inner truth. You're seeing the value in what you've experienced, what you've learned. Some of you are a way shower. You're going to be helping others. You're helping others on the path. You're valuing your gifts more, what you've learned or what you know. So there's a renewed sense in what you do. Again, this could, maybe you didn't see your value completely in what you did. Yeah, see, this is inheritance. Othala. This is what you've learned. This is ancestral memory. This is knowledge, wisdom, the wisdom. So this is value and wisdom. I think some of you are going to be asked to teach. There's something about teaching. Got the value, the worth. The renewal comes in. We've got the wisdom. We've got book. This could be book learning, but it's also applied with your gifts. So the combination of what you've learned in your life formally or through apprenticing or working with someone or workshops, seminars, courses, classes, college, university, programs, whatever it is, you're now combining that with your inner wisdom, your inner knowing, your life wisdom. And to some degree, this is about helping humanity. You're becoming more aware, becoming more awake, more aware. Okay, I'm going to put this here. What is renewing? Something is renewing is the possibility. See, I feel like this is also the beginning to receive. You're going to be receiving more. But I feel like hands of light. Some of you have a renewed aspiration, maybe to learn healing work or to do some type of healing work. Helping humanity, heal others, moving more into a healing capacity. Yeah, your truth is, you're starting, a lot of you, you're waking up that this is my truth, this is my path, this is my truth, so I need to, this is a value. What I do is a value, what I learn, helping, healing, being a light worker, that helps humanity, that helps me. And that is my truth. This is what I really want to do. These are some of the conversations I'm hearing. This is what I really want to do, whether you're saying this in your own mind or saying it to someone else. And it's like how I want to start getting out of what I am doing now to move more into these possibilities of helping humanity, of using my gifts and my talents, what I've learned. Some of you, you're going back to school. You're going back to some kind of formal education to then move on. Some of you, you're studying, it could be online programs, to then help others. I feel like you're going to be a lifeline. Some of you, this could be coming through like, you know what, I want to write that book. I am going to do that course, that class. I'm putting this system together. I am going to start sharing what I went through or my experience or my spiritual beliefs, my spiritual gifts, my healing ability through writing and teaching. So this month is pivotal for you. Your energy is moving into that pivot that's happening cosmically, universally. This energetic pivot that's taking place, this portal that's happening, this pivot that's coming in. And you are right in that for July. And a lot of it has to do with value, your worth. Honoring your worth, your value, the healing hands. I keep feeling someone is doing Reiki or healing touch. You have a very healing, or that could just be symbolism that you are some type of healer. Somatic, could be shamanic, energy healer, healing hands, massage, sound healer. There's a lot that comes through your hands. There's some kind of gift. Could be that you make something that heals. So your dream, your goal, your focus is of value. It's worth your time. There is a renewal of this passion, of this purpose. There is a renewal of your gifts of wanting to go in a certain direction. Wanting to go in a certain direction. This is a soul's purpose. So your soul's purpose could be changing the way that it manifests, the way that it expresses, or you're going back to something that you wanted to do all along. All right, soul light. I wanted to say radio light. Wow, radio light. Or maybe it's being on radio or doing something that broadcasts a message out into the world. Ninth house, broadcast. Okay, let's see. We have the best information for soul story number 3, please. Best information. Oh, Mercury, communication. Oh, look at that, Mercury. I just heard Seth, channeling Seth. You might want to look at the Seth books. Mercury and Aries in the first house. Yes, about you. Communicate. Aries. Wow. Mercury and Aries. Something you have to share. Something you have to say. Something that's of value. Your passion, your purpose with that Aries energy, that Mars energy coming through. Mercury and Aries, speak up, speak your truth, write it, speak it, teach it, put it out there. First house. This is going to change how you see yourself and the world, how you see your path. Yeah, beautiful. Oh, you have Aries here too with the Emperor. So are you a speaker? You're going to do some speaking. You know, so on the spirit realm or psychic realm, this speaking up, it could be speaking engagements, it could be teaching, it could be posting, it could be videos. But that's part of your purpose. That's part of the divine plan for you, the soul plan. It's teaching something about spiritual partnership, and I feel like balancing the spiritual and the material. You're being asked not to go overboard in one direction, but you're blending something, the spiritual, the material, which is spirit, is in the material. Everything is spirit. Everything has a spiritual component. So how are you blending that? That's your key this month. All right, beautiful light, you're a broadcaster. I'm getting something with radio, your voice going out to millions, to the masses, to humanity, and healing hands. Yeah. If you've been thinking about energy work or Reiki or pranic healing, whether receiving it and or giving it or learning it, I would say that could be really great for you on your path. Your Soul Insights mantra for this part of your path is, I am divinely guided and I trust in the divine guidance within me. And my passion and purpose is renewing and focusing. Yeah, you are not your circumstances. That's what you're learning. All right, Radiant Soul Light, thank you for being here. I really appreciate you. If you want to connect further, you can go in the description box. There's ways to do so. If you want to check out the extended, that's also on Patreon. You can call into my podcast every Wednesday at 12 p.m. Pacific time. We stream live on Podbean. Replays go to all podcast platforms as well as YouTube on Awakenings with Michele Meiche. Anyway, it's such an honor to connect with you and your beautiful light. And I just wish you so much inner peace, inner knowing, and the ability to shine your light ever bright more and more. Lots of love and light.